Hello friends and welcome back to Vintage Sports Shack. And welcome back to another episode of Fun Day Friday. Today I got a special treat for you. We're here with my Uncle Jim and we're going to talk about baseball cards. So as always, stand up, stretch out, because away we go. Alright guys, we're just going to have a conversation. I wanted to do something different today. I know there's been a lot of conversations about autographs and when people started getting autographs. I know I discussed it 4 months ago, but I thought I'd come here to the horse's mouth with my uncle. He started collecting in the 50s and started getting autographs, so we're just going to have a conversation and talk about that today. All right, Jim, we were talking about cards and the autographs, and one thing I did ask you about was Hank Aaron, and what was one of the reasons you did not get the Hank Aaron autograph?
Well, the reason I never got it because I never had an opportunity to get it. These others that I accumulated were just in the Toledo area at baseball card shows, and they were doing autographs, and he would pay per card, per sign, per signature.
Yeah, and we're going to go over
the
those.
The bigger names would be you were only allowed one.
Yeah, we're going to go over those, and someone in a video the other day said that Hank Aaron didn't sign cards. So we were talking a little bit earlier that that was possibly or probably true. Aaron wasn't a big signer of cards for whatever reason we don't know, but he never set up anywhere at card shows to sign. Some of the cards that we did get autographed, or my uncle did get autographed, we'll start with this top row here. Do you remember when you got this Al Kaline autographed?
It would have been early 80s, probably the nicest man I'd ever met.
In the early 80s. And
quite a gentleman.
We talked about why you didn't get autographs in the 70s. And you said, why did you wait till the 80s?
The 80s is when people started becoming more aware of baseball cards and their potential values, and that's when all them old timers that didn't have much pension money came out and would come to shows, and they'd charge you $5 maybe to get their autograph, anywhere from 1 to 5.
And you said the big names, so like Brooks Robinson, I know I have that photograph, so he must have signed more than just one. Or did you see him several times?
Oh yeah, there were lines of people getting those signed.
But did you go and see Brooks Robinson once, or did he sign everything all at once that we have? The photo, the card. Did you take that all at once?
Yes, all at once.
Was it popular? Was there a lot of people bringing cards in the 80s, or was it mostly photographs?
I wasn't really aware. I just brought my cards. I imagine mostly cards, but maybe some photographs, whatever anybody had would.
But by the time the 80s rolled around, it was mostly cards.
It was cards, yeah. People getting cards. And, yeah, it was easy to do.
And one thing that I hadn't talked to my uncle about is all the frauds. But in the late 80s, in the early 90s, when we were collecting, we were aware of that, weren't we? Of the fakes out there. But these are all original. These are all authenticated. That's why we sent them in. And this wasn't cheap, was it?
No. Pricey proposition. Yes, it was. But with provenance and verification, it's the real deal.
We'll save this one for last, because this is a concern that we have with the authentication. But these last two were just a couple smaller names. Guys like this that I have no idea.
They've lived in the area.
But my uncle can tell you all about these guys. These are the guys he remembers.
Yeah.
Like I remember.
He was a Tiger. And Mike Garcia, I don't know if he was ever a manager, but he was a pitcher in Cleveland.
And you were from Toledo, right?
Yeah, lived in Toledo at the time.
Okay, this is one of the concerns that we had talked about. And we have a couple other Sandy Koufax that we know are real. They're not live. They're on T-shirts and things that we can compare them to. But he got this Sandy Koufax in a trade, and we don't believe it's real. But when we sent it in with all these other, PSA did authenticate it. And where did you get this card?
In a trade. I traded a Robinson for him.
Jackie? Or a Frank?
Frank.
A Frank Robinson, a 57 Frank Robinson.
For that
Koufax. Autographed Sandy Koufax, which PSA did authenticate it. But it appears this was signed by someone that is right-handed. Right? And Sandy Koufax was left-handed, correct?
That'd be right.
So this looks like it was signed by a right-handed person.
But even the 50, maybe 55 or 56 cards that had this autograph.
Yeah, we compared them to that too at one time.
It wasn't
that's right.
similar at all. However, there it is. And yeah, that's why I just traded
a Frank Robinson.
Because I needed him
a non-autograph. This was to complete his set.
To complete my set.
And how many years did it take you to complete this set?
Probably, not counting when I first bought them when I was a kid and started picking them up when I was probably mid-30s. Probably about 5 or 6 years to really get them all. In fact, the Brooklyn Dodgers team card was the last card I got.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and you was excited after 5 years. And 5 years ago, it wasn't getting on eBay. It was going show to show to show and digging.
Going to shows and digging.
So, all right, that's all we had today. Just wanted to talk a little bit about autographs, give you some history. I hope you guys appreciated it. Also wanted to introduce you to my Uncle Jim, show you the cards. And as always...
One thing you might want to point out with that, Aaron.
Oh, yep, that's Hank Aaron. I think I did show this.
It's a reverse print. He wasn't a left-handed batter, he was a right-handed.
Yep. And they do have another one where it is correct.
Nope,
right?
it's never been corrected, but that's...
Here is one of the first air cards. Major air cards. Hank Aaron. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of history. But as always, peace. Have a super great day. And keep dancing.